What's going on, Jared Tones? What's going on, my friends? I am Jaren. I'm a voice consultant, voice teacher, speech trainer, all the things, and I am back with another vocal analysis, vocal breakdown, vocal discussion, vocal power, whatever you want to call it. I am back with another one of those. I'm excited to do this one. I didn't know they were going to do a tiny desk, but it was a nice surprise when I saw it. I actually saw the show in LA. God, this was end of February, I think. I went to LA to see this show, and I was amazed. It was such a good show from top to bottom. The arrangements, all the things, it was so good. And so I'm so excited for this cast. It was such a slam jam good time in that theater. So I hope you all can go see it before it closes. But y'all, it is a wonderful show. And I'm excited they got to do a tiny desk. And so I want to get my hands on their voices in this platform. I did it on TikTok a little while ago and stuff like that, but I wanted to make sure I got on this platform and talked about these voices. So let's do it, y'all. Let's watch it together.
Put your arms around me, child, like when you bumped your shin.
That D in child. It was like the perfect amount of friction and the perfect amount of clarity. Okay? That kind of stuff matters, man.
Then you'll know I love you now, as I loved you then. Though you may be trying sometimes, and I need you, and you're not there, I may get mad and turn you away. Know that I still care.
She's leaning into every sound, every phoneme. I'm not there, I still care. You know, just every sound in each word. She's leaning into it, but it's not like overbearing. It's just very polished, you know? She was amazing in the show too. Melody, shout outs to you. Oh, if you ever see this, I love you. I really do. I really do. You as Eveline, my. Oh God, again, y'all go see the show. Anyway, let's go with the video because I'm gonna keep talking.
And you cannot ask for more than can come from me.
Do you hear how consistent her vibrato is? Things can come from me. The vibrato is very consistent. You know, she's not kind of doing straight and then vibrato. I mean, she does it sometimes, but all in all, the vibrato is very consistent, okay? And it has a great equalness in the wiggle or in the wavelength of it.
I am different than you are.
I am different. That T, again, was such a perfect level. It was such a perfect level of friction and clarity. And then you are, had a little breathy off throw. Then you are. You see what I'm saying? Then you are. It kind of had like a breathy, slightly voiced off throw. Throw on the offset. That's the better way of saying it.
And one day you'll see if I lose.
One day you'll see. So she flipped into like the thinner, heady voice sound. One day you'll see. A little swell with the vibrato. If I lose. And she really sung through that phrase right there. And look at her body. She's up here. That torso is everything is ribcage. Everything is just I love it.
My patience sometimes, and suddenly start to scream.
Did you see how she said patience? She got a little more stern because, you know, she's like, man, sometimes you try my patience sometimes. So you see what I'm saying? When I said patience, I add a little bit more pressure under those consonants right there. And her face got a little more stern too. But it's such a beautiful song and she's doing such an amazing job emoting it. Oh my gosh.
It's only because I want you to be what I see in my dreams.
stop because I just want to hear her sing more. But do you see how when she got bigger in the voice, it got thicker, got more beltier, it was still very controlled. It was still very controlled. A definition of belting, if you want to call it that, a definition of belting that I like to use is controlled yelling. It's controlled yelling. So it's that thicker, bigger sound. I'm letting myself make that innate sound we can make as humans. I'm making that bigger sound, but then I'm adding control with how I'm using my body, with how I'm using my vocal tract, how I'm using my, articulators, whatever control means to you. I'm doing that by using the other parts of the vocal apparatus, which is, the body, the vocal tract, all these things. I can control what I want to do, even how I shape the belt. If I want it more brighter, that's control. So the yelling of controlled yelling is just kind of the thicker sound that we make, that yelly quality, if you will, or that thicker full quality. But the control comes from how I shape it, whether I'm shaping it through here, whether I'm shaping it with this, whether I'm shaping it through all of this plus this. She did such a great job controlling the amount of loudness, if you will, or the amount of energy she wanted to use in that belt. So it was still very present, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like that. It was just, I got it, I'm gonna get louder, but I'm controlling it. I'm controlling it.
Though you're growing older now, and I'm watching you grow.
I'm watching you grow. So you hear she went from a thicker, I'm watching you grow. Okay, so she went from that thicker sound to more of like a heady, kind of like a yodel flip there. You grow. Something like that. Yeah.
I know I make you sad sometimes, but I see your feelings show. And one day I look around.
Little vocal wiggle. I call it a vocal emphasis. And you see that mouth was here. I look around.
And you will be grown. You'll be out in the world.
You'll be vocal throw out in the world. Glottal onsets right there. You'll be out in the world. Yeah. She good, man.
Such a pretty girl, but you'll be on your own. And I'd like to know that the feeling we once had. Knowing you can always come to me whenever you're feeling sad.
Did you hear how she shifted her resonance? She kind of shifted the shape. Feeling we once had. So she got more brighter and got a little bit lighter, so to speak. I don't mean lighter as in she lost power. She got lighter in the voice. I feel like she took off a little bit of weight to shoot up there. Very efficient, very smart, but it still had the power that she wanted. Lightness doesn't mean I lose power. Lightness means I've changed the shape in this context. I've changed the shape of how I wanted to, make my voice be heard, or how I want to use my voice, vocal function. And I made it work for me by lessening the weight so I can shoot up there where I want to go.
Don't lose the feeling, the feeling we once had. Don't lose the feeling. Don't you lose the feeling we once had.
Did you hear do, loo, loo? They both had that lose. It wasn't lose. Lose of lose. That shape was very focused. Very focused.
Lose the feeling. Don't you lose the feeling we once had. Don't you lose the feeling.
Don't you lose. It's almost like she sung through the teeth. So she kind of shifted vocal fold mass vibration pattern. Don't you lose the feeling. That was so nice. Ooh, that was nice.
Don't you lose the feeling we once had.
He started softer. It had a lot of little slides. You can't win. And really leaned into those slides with the consonants. You can't win. You can't break even. It's a lot of that pull in this song.
Things are gonna change, but they look just like the same. You get in, win over your head, and you only got yourself to blame. You can't win, child. You can't break even, and you can't get out of the game. Woo, this is what I'm all
I like his choices. I like how he's kind of doing like these walks and intervals, you know, in the vocal line, but it's not losing the integrity of the song. At least not to me. You know, I love it. I think his take on it is great. I think it's great.
over the place. You can win.
You can win. That was nice. It was like a really focused it was really focused. Like a hoot, like an owl. You can win. Whatever it is. Ooh, I can't run like him. Let me stop. I can't do it like him. I'm not gonna try either, okay?
Can't win no way if the story stays the same.
Not a thing the same. Whatever that was. Yay, that was nice. Nice vocal choices.
You ain't winning, but it's nice to see. I'm glad you can.
Take us there, Avery. I'm only glad you can't, whatever the words were. But he added that little grit right there. Did y'all hear that? Yeah, this church. I mean, all these arrangements is church for real though. All these arrangements are kind of church.
Why? 'Cause ain't about losing. The world has got no shame.
You see, world has got no shame. Grin, teeth. Instead of world has got no shame.
Can't win, child. No, 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 no. You can't win, child. No. You can't win. No.
Whatever. So when you switch registers, if you will, and instead of that you vowel.
You can't win. I said you can't break even. You can't get out of the game. You can't get out of the game. You can't get out of the game. What would I do if I could reach inside of me and know how it feels to say I like what I see?
You see how he's pacing it? What would I do? The beat is here. If I could suddenly see. So the pacing is reflective, because it is reflective. What would I do? Whew, man, what could I do? Man, I would be so excited if I could see, if I could hear, whatever the words are, you know. So it's, what would I do? And using breathiness to emote that reflectiveness to what? A little bit of breathiness. What I do? Yeah, it's an inward thought being sung outwardly.
Then I'd be glad, so glad to share all that I have inside of here, and the songs
inside of here. That was nice. I like how they colored the vibrato on that note when they sat there. Da 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 da. That was nice.
my heart would bring. You'd be more than glad to say. And if a tear came to my
That was a nice fall down right there. His mouth is open too. Eyes. Ah. His mouth is real open right here. I like the grit that he's adding in there and kind of the added pressure a little bit. I like that. And you can see he's using those breathing muscles. You can see the breathing muscles are at work. He's holding his body a little bit. You know, I'm sure it's part of the acting as well. But yeah, those breathing muscles are at work. Those supportive muscles to really support the airflow and stuff like that, and to really engage the body and give support to the bigger sound he's making now, they're engaged. You can see it. You can see it.
Tell me what would I do? Tell me what would I do if I could feel? No. If I could feel. If I could feel. Don't you know that I'm ready to fight? I'll turn you day into night. I'm a mean no lie.
Day into night. He kind of added a shadow vowel on the end of night right there. And that line had a nice vibrato right there. Yeah.
And if your heart bright, you'll be told to the right from a mean no lie. All you strangers better beware. This is the king of the jungle.
You better pace. This is the king of the jungle. Yeah. I love how he paced the king of the jungle in that part right there, and then add a little growl. Yeah. You can also hear him really changing the shape of his vocal track to really match the resonance that he wants, or to really emote, or I guess deliver, or get the resonance that he wants, if you will. So the king of the jungle, yeah, whatever it was. But you hear king of the jungle. It was a little more brighter, a little more twangier.
And if I happen to let you slide, don't just stand there running hard. No, you just...
No. That was nice. He's adding more growls. Obviously, he's a lion, so the growls really fit the character, you know? So he's adding these growls as he's singing here. And the sound is very, like, robust, if you will. He has a very robust sound. Yeah. Mean ho lion. So he added some stops in there. Mean ho lion. It sounded like a little aspirate stop in there. Mean ho lion right there. Oh, right on in there. But he added almost like a slight glottal stop at the first one, and added a little bit of aspiration on the second one.
I'm a mean ho.
Now I'm a little nervous, so.
You got it, girl.
I don't want to cry, sorry.
Tell you something. I loved this moment. I wanted to get to this moment in the song because I wanted to talk about this a little bit. This was such a humane moment, you know, that I think a lot of people don't think about or discuss or consider when you are a performing artist, when you are a charismatic artist. A lot of people think, you know, oh, you just got it together, you just get up there and do it. No, there are times when you get nervous or you get overcome with emotion, whatever the case may be. Now, I don't know necessarily what happened right there for her, but she said, I'm a little nervous, you know, and sometimes those nerves can get to us. I won't say overtake. I don't believe and I declare by the word of God, nerves don't overtake me, but sometimes they may get to me. And a lot of times I tell my clients, I was like, sometimes conquering nerves means fighting through them. Conquering something means fighting through it. Sometimes it's not always just not think about it anymore, I'm going to overcome it, but the result of overcoming something, especially nerves or something, could be just fighting through it, getting through it. And so I like that they left this in here. I like that they left, you know, the humanity of, you know, the human experience, the human performer in this video. And I don't mind the humanity. I don't mind this humanity. I applaud her for being human. I applaud her for being human in this moment and saying, hey, I'm a little nervous right now. You know, you heard the audience, you got it. You know, ain't nothing like folk like that who gonna shout out. You know, I'm gonna do that. If somebody get nervous in front of me, I'm gonna yell out, I don't care where I am. You got it, go ahead, girl. You know, like I'm gonna be that person because I know how it feels to get nervous. So anyway, I just wanted to stop and say that I loved this moment of her just, I'm having a moment, but that's okay. But that's okay. I still got this. The girl can still blow. This don't take nothing away from the fact that the girl can sing down, okay? It's called being human. We all experience it. Even your favorite artists experience it. I cannot tell you how many times I have had celebrity clients come to me talking about, I was scared to watch your video. I'm so nervous to sing. I get nervous every time I sing. And I'm thinking like, but you have Grammys, you have Stellars, you have Tonys, you have whatever the case may be, but they are just as human as you and me. I'm telling you, the people who have come through my door, you'll be so surprised. Some of the people I've talked about on this channel, I'm telling y'all, some people I've talked about on this channel have come through my door. Oh God, I get nervous every time I sing. I'd be petrified. I remember when I did that, I was petrified. Like they would tell me whatever performance I analyzed, and they would be like, oh, I was petrified. Oh, I was very afraid. Oh, my shoe broke. Oh, you know, like these things happen. It's called being a human. And I think sometimes we as the consumers of the art form forget to give people that same grace we want to be given when we have moments like that. You know, and I'm not saying that moments are bad, but those moments can bring up, you know, emotion or awkwardness or whatever the case may be. We don't like how it feels in the moment. But then, you know, the consumer, we get, oh, they shoulda, they need to, why she? Because they're human. That's all. Because they're human. Again, I'm gonna shut up, but I'm just so glad that she left this. But I'm just so glad they left this in here. I love that moment.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love overflowing. I wish I was home, I wish I was back there with the things I've been knowing.
And sometimes tears, emotion, oftentimes will affect how we sing. That doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. You know, sometimes the emotion of the song, what we're talking about. To me, I love seeing that rawness from a human when they're singing, you know, in this type of setting or in any setting. You know, it just brings so much more connection and authenticity to the performance, you know, for whatever reason. I love it.
When that makes the tall grass bend into leaning, suddenly the raindrops that fall, they have a meaning, sprinkling.
And she's singing around the nerves. She's singing around the tears. Because, you know, you cry, it gets really weird in here. But she's singing around it. So a little bit she had to switch registers and things like that, you know, to kind of sing around it and calm herself down. But you see she's starting to settle down a little bit and kind of get more thicker in the sound right here. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She's doing great. She's doing great.
Clean the scene, makes it all clean. Maybe there's a chance for me to go back now that I have some direction. It should be nice to be back home where there's love and affection.
how she sat up there in that kind of heady, more thin fold moment right there. And but then love and affection. You can see her body language already changed. She's, oh, okay, now, okay, we cooking with some grease now, okay? The pot getting hot, the pan getting hot, okay? So she's kind of, relaxing more. Here we go. Okay, now I got it. I'm settled. I can do this. She's always been able to do it because I saw her do it live. And she did it on a recording, and she did it so many other times. You know, so it ain't like this is her first rodeo. You know, it's just a human experience she had. That's all right.
Just maybe I can convince time to slow up, giving me enough time in my life to grow. Time, be my friend.
Grow up, straight no. Time, be my friend. So she really switches between these vocal fold mass vibration patterns, if you will, or these registers. She really goes between them and uses a lot of textures within it. Because when she goes to kind of like that breathy, heady sound, she adds a little breathiness to it. Yeah, at least here she does. In these moments, she'll add a little more breathiness to the sounds.
Let me start again.
Let me start. Not let me start. Let me start again. So she took the R out. Let me start again.
My world's gone and changed its face, but still I know where I'm going. I have heard my mind spun around in space, and yet I've
had my mind spin around in space. Add a little growl there, but yet and at the end of get I've, add a little shadow vowel, a little schwa at the end of that V sound. The word is I've, but she said I've
watched it growing. Oh, and if you're listening, God, please don't make it hard to know if we should believe the things that we see. Or should we try and stay? Or should we run away? Or is it better just to let it be? Living here in this brand new
world. Instead of brand new world, brand new world. I'm gonna tell you right now, the w glide, that sound, the W sound, it can be harder to do as you're belting and getting higher and louder. You know, it can kind of get caught a little bit. So I don't mind, you know, I think it's a great idea that she did brand new world. We still heard world though. We still heard WORLD. But phonetically, she did living here in this brand new world. So it's almost like a modified W with the tongue. Brand new world, maybe something like that. A fantasy.
might be a fantasy, but it's taught me to love.
To love. That was kind of like a Whitney Houston moment right there. To love. Yeah, that was kind of like a Whitney Houston with the flip on the to love, with the tongue going back a little bit. To love.
So it's real, it's so real to love that we must look inside us to find.
You can really hear her playing with the back of the tongue a little bit. Fine. Really using a lot of different resonance. But she did that slide real. She went from like a more, maybe warmer spot, you know, kind of more thicker, kind of got more brighter, twangier on that top real. Got lighter too a little bit. And then she, to me, with the little head voice thing right there. Yeah, I hear you, girl. If you enjoyed this analysis, click subscribe down below to click the alert button next week so you know when the next video is posted. And give this a thumbs up as well if you can, so we get out to more people if you don't mind. And as I will always continue to say to you, be vocally bold, creative, and aware, but most of all, be vocally you. I love you so much. I'll see you soon.